This is Irontrader, and this is Midday Trading. So first of all, we'll take a look here at the indexes, the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. Then we'll take a look here at NVDA, at Tesla, at Google, and at CRWV, which is up nicely here today. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell, stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, here we have the indexes, your Dow, your S&P, and the old NASDAQ. So the old Dow here looking actually not too bad, okay? What we got here going is, you can see how this 8-day crossed over 21-day, crossed over 200-day, looking very nice. So as that rises, this, even if it comes down, that's going to provide very, very nice support, just like we've had here, okay? So now what we do is we got to get right up here and back above this key 100 SMA here. So far, we're holding this 50-day, 48.01. We made it a little bit lower that, but right now we're sitting hanging right above that. Now, your next level there is going to be resistance, going to be that 48.101. And then what we'll do is just bring this price channel right across here. We're looking at that 48.220 level. Then we'll come up to here. We're looking at 48.526. Then we venture right over here and just bring the channels right across. 48.854, and then we come up here. We got 49.253, and then we'll just bring this level up here at 49.815, and then we have a nice big retest at that 50,512. Now I'm not saying that's where it's going to go, but I like to show you where it possibly can. So right now, what we have to do on a closing basis, we have to hold two key levels. This is this 48.101, that's your 100-day, and we want to hold that 48.01, which is your 50-day. Now, if we start losing that, then we come down here to yesterday's low. You're looking at that 47.690 That's going to be a nice support level. You can see we're off the top of that candle, okay? Next level is going to be right there. It's going to be 47.428 level. Then I'll be looking here for this 8-day. That's going to be very key at 47.102. Then you have your 200-day, then we have your 21-day. But right now, this is actually looking pretty good. Okay, we had that positive divergence going here on the RSI. Only at 59, the green is over red, so it shows good momentum. But we got to see what's going to happen going into the weekend, okay? Now, a lot of traders probably will go into the weekend pretty flat, I would think, because we don't know what's going to happen over the weekend with the war. That's the whole thing. And a lot of things, you know, when you can't control them in the market until Sunday night, you know, I'll be taking a lot of things off the old table here today, okay? Now, here in the S&P, we're rocking and rolling here pretty good. 8-day crossed the 21-day, crossed the 200-day. Now she's looking to move right on up here, okay? So right now we made this high of 68.45 level. So all you have to do is look right to the left of the chart here. What do we have? 68.45. See how nice that works out? Okay, that's your resistance level. Okay, now your next level is going to be right here at 68.70, and then we'll just bring this price channel across here. You're looking at 68.85, and then we'll bring that price channel across, and looking at 69.01. And then we'll come right up here to the top of that candle, 69.52. Then you have your big retest there at 7,000, okay? See, so always look to the left of the chart because where it's been is where it's going before. And the beauty of the price channel is you can see how it stair steps down. But again, on the other side of it, it leaves all your resistance levels when it takes back off again. Look how nice that works. Now, on the downside, we're watching that 100-day, 68.05. Next big level is going to be that 50-day at 67.62. Then we're going to look at the bottom of this candle here. This is at 67.40. There's your gap, and your fill is all the way down here at 66.18 level. But we have that 8-day nice here. We have that 200-day. We have that 21-day. So you have a lot of good support here now. And as this would rise right on up here, if we have a sideways consolidation, this will rise up. The 21-day will curl up. And then we have to provide a very, very nice support level. Now, 61, that's an overbought oversold. The green over red. You can see the momentum still going in the old S&P. Okay, NASDAQ finally coming around here. Look at this, okay? So this was like the laggard of the bunch. So now you can see where the 8-day crossed over that 21-day. We haven't reached that 200-day yet here like we had on the S&P and the Dow, but we're heading in that direction, okay? So right now, here's your key support level. It's going to be this 100-day sitting at 22,901. Okay, if we start losing that area, well, your next big key level is going to be that 50-day at 22,503. Then we have your 200 SMA. Now, the gap here, we looked at the bottom of that candle, 22,501. The fill is all the way here at 22.24, but we have that 8-day right there, and we have that 21-day. So actually, this is looking here pretty nice. Now, today's high we made is 23.11. Okay, so what we're looking for next is bring that price channel across. We're looking right here at 23,169 level. Then we'll bring that price channel across here. You're looking at 320 level. Then we can bring that bad boy across there. You're looking at 23,691. Then we have your big retest there at 23,988. But right now here, the key is today is we want to hold that 100-day on the closing basis here. Okay, on this here, on the S&P, we want to hold that 100-day. And right here, we want to hold that 100-day. That's going to be all very, very key. If we start losing that, well, then we just have to go to the next in line, okay, which is your 50-day, okay, your 50-day, and your 50 SMA here. Okay, let's take a look here now at NVIDIA. All right, here we have NVIDIA. Now you can see we're moving up here very, very nicely, okay? So we're only at 62. You got plenty of room to run. The green is over your red. That looks very nice. We bottom here at 164.27. You say, why did it come out at 164.27? All you do is look to the left of the chart here. What do you see? 164.07, okay? What do we have here? 164.27. So you came within 20 cents, but you made a higher low. Look at that. See that nice double bottom? Okay, that's why you want to trade the charts, and that's why you always want to look to the left of the chart, because where it's been, it's where it's going to go again. Just that simple. Okay, now you can see here, look at here, I'm going to pick this up here for you. Now look at that 8-day, cross the 21-day, headed for the 200-day, the 50-day, and the 100-day, looking very nice. Now, what we want to do on a closing basis is hold that price channel at 188.88. That's going to be very key because that's basically just the top of that candle. Now, if it keeps right on running, we look to the left of the chart here. Okay, we're looking at 192.69. Okay, we're looking up here at 193.63 level, and then we'll come to the top of here. You're looking at 194.49. Then we have a nice big retest there, all the way at 197.63. Look how nice that is. Okay, so when we were way down here, I said just make a list of stock that you want to buy. You don't want to buy it at 200 when you can buy it at 164. Okay, I'm long. Look at this. Double freaking bottom. You can't get any nicer than this. And now we're rallying up here. Okay, so on the downside here, we want to hold that price channel 188.88. Now your next big support level is going to be that 100-day at 182, your 50-day at 182, and then we have your 200-day sitting right there at 180.75. Now we also have that 8-day at 179 and 177 there for your 21-day. Now your gap basically is right here. 180.30, and then your fill at the top of that candle, 178.23. But that 8-day is moving up here nice. That is looking very, very nice, kind of a situation. Now, a lot of times gaps will be filled, okay? They don't have to be right away, but they eventually will. Like here, okay, we gap down, but eventually see how you fill that gap. Now, again, just watch that key level, 188, then just look to the left of the chart here, and then you'll be able to tell exactly where your next levels are going to be. Just that simple. Now, look on the weekly chart here. Look at this, okay? This is still smoking here really good. Okay, so we want to hold that 182 level, and then that right there, your 8-day 179, and then we have right there, we have that 172 sitting there right below that, which is basically your 50-day. So as long as we're holding that, look how much, how nice the support is, because now what it is, your price is above all your simple moving averages. But again, it takes a lot of times, it takes a little bit of as they say, to get through all of this here. You can see where it popped up, it came down, held that 200-day, held the 200-day, and now we have this nice big green candle looking very, very nice here on the old NVIDIA here. So I'm long, and I'm staying long, and what I'm doing is I'm just watching that level, 188.88. I mean, it's very difficult to say, hey, you know, I got a company you got to make $68 billion a quarter. Now next quarter they're looking to make $78 billion a quarter. To say, wow, this company is no good. Okay, let's take a look here now at Tesla. All right, here we have the Tesla. Now, Tesla had a pretty good run all the way up to bottom, 137, okay, and then we came right up to the high there at 350, okay, 337 all the way to 350. Nice little run, nice good scalp ski, okay? So that was a really, really good trade here, kind of situation. But you notice how on this 8 days, how strong this is, okay? So what do we have? We had that big run up here on that, what was that, earlier in the week. And it ran right up here very nice, but you notice it couldn't hold that 8-day and came right back down again. Okay, so your key level here on the upside is going to be right there at 355. We get above that, we'll look to here at that 364 level. Then we can come up here at that 370, but realistically looking for that 371.84. Now, if you just look to the past here, that's all you have to do. We have a downtrending situation. You crack that 8-day. I always call that 21-day to catch all. Look at here, okay, how it just could not get through, okay, on a closing basis. That tells me this 21-day, you got to respect it. Very, very strong situation. Now, this 8-day, look here on the 8-day here on the weekly. Okay, look at here. Okay, look at this. And these are weeks. that has popped in here, and it cannot get through that key 8 SMA. Now the 8-day crossed the 21-day, now across the 50-day. So in your rally up, that's going to provide very, very strong resistance. So that's to say. So next, on the downside here, you're looking at 337.24. If we lose that, here's your target going to be at 330.64 level. Okay, so that's what's going to be on the downside. Then we have support levels here, but realistically, you'll probably head right towards that 273 level. Now, as far as Tesla goes here, I mean, there's an easy way to trade this here. Okay, I use TSLA obviously for the long, and then TSLS for the short. This was a beautiful short all the way on down. Now, 35, this is not overbought or oversold, the same way with the green. It's still below your red here, the same way here. This is not oversold, so this does not really look in. The market is popping up here, and this is really not doing a whole lot of anything. We had that pop up, and then she just came right on down here, okay? So just be real careful with this, and just watch that key level, that 337.24. If we lose it, here's going to be your target at that 330 level. Then we can lose that here. You got that 297. Then we can come all the way down here to that 273 here. So just be a little bit careful with this. For me, this is just a trader in both directions. Okay, let's take a look here at Google. Okay, now Google's got to really get their act together here now. We got that YouTube TV. That's what I got. And I tell you what, if you want the best TV, that's where to go. I used to be with Charter in our area here, and boy, they sucked. They would tell you, oh yeah, we're going to give you this TV here for $39.95, and then you get out a magnifying glass and read the fine print, and it's like almost triple that just in fees and all this nonsense. Google, man, they got like 145 stations there now. Now I'm watching the Masters this week, and they have it right on the Golf Channel right there. I mean, it is just freaking awesome. I can't say. And you can record anything you want. I mean, it's pretty nice. Okay, so you can see here how we got down to the low. We never made it down to the 200 SMA here. Okay. So basically what we're just watching here on the downside is just bring this price channel right across level here. This is what we're watching right there, that 270 level. Okay, so we got as low right there at 272. Okay, so right there, that is your double bottom situation because you held it and you never made it down to the 200-day. Now she's rallying up here very, very nicely. Okay, so what we're going to do on the upside is we're watching that 322.08. You can see here very, very strong. Now we get above that key level there, then we can just come right up here. Okay, you're looking at that 327 level. We got 330 level. We come up here at that 332. Then we're going to be looking to the left of the chart here at that 340, and then we have that nice big retest there at 349. We crack that, you're going to that 400 area very nicely. Now, your price is above all your simple moving averages, and that's always good, okay? So right here, this is your downside, 312. It's got to hold that. Your next support level is going to be 308, and then we have that nice 8-day at 305, which just crossed the 21-day, and that's going to provide very, very nice support. And then right below that, we have your 21-day at 299 level, okay? Now, we've got to always look at the weekly chart because you have that 312. So we're sitting pretty much right there. See, 312 right there, and then we're sitting right there at 312. So if we lose that, well, we come all the way down here. You have that 8-day at 305. Then we can come down to this 8-day here at 302, which is now, look at this 8-day, is now starting to curl back up again. And then we can come down to the 299.56 level. But this is looking very, very good. I'm just waiting for the breakout here at 322. Then I'll be jumping right back in here. And I just look right to the left of the chart there, that 328. We'll be looking up here at that 340. And then we're looking for that 349 test. Now, 62. This is not overbought or oversold level. The green is over your red. This is actually looking very, very good. This is not, this has plenty of room to run. This here looks like it wants to curl up. So I'm just waiting for this here to break up here. Just be patient at 322. Then I'll add to my position from down here, and then we'll take it back up. Possible retest 349. All right, let's take a look at the next one on the docket here. All right, here we have CRWV. Okay, now this is actually looking very, very nice. Okay, so what we did, we came all the way down to that 67.15 level. Here, we're looking for the bottom of this candle here. What do we have there? You had 65 level. So we have a nice, good bottom situation. And now we're above all them simple moving averages, which is very nice. Now you can see how it's breaking right on out here today. The key is by closing, we want to hold that 103 level. That's going to be very, very critical on a closing basis. If we do, then this is going to be your next target right there at that 114.45 level. Okay. Now, again, if we can start cracking above that 114.45 level, there's a gap all the way up here. Okay, at 123.24. We look at the fill at 125.88, and then we'll look to the top of that candle, 133.84. Okay, we look to the bottom of this candle here, 125.88. That right here is 123.24, okay? 125.88, and then we'll look to the top of that candle at 133.84 level. Now, get above that right there, 141.79, and we'll come up here to this candle at 150.40, and then we'll come right to there at 153. Now, this gap here, once we start cracking above this level here at 114, it'll find that gap pretty quickly, okay? So just always just watch that 123.24. Now, if it starts running into it, then we'll fill that gap at 125.88, okay? Now, it doesn't always have to fill. It can just go right there and then come right back down again, or sideways action. But again, if it starts going, then we know exactly where we're going to go onto that fill situation. Now, when we look at the RSI, you still got plenty of room to run here. This is looking green over red. This is looking very good. Now, what we want to watch is that 50-day you're sitting at right there. Is that what are we looking at? Oh, I can sneak them in there. Yeah, 103.24. Okay, so that's what we want to make sure that we hold here also on a closing basis. Right here, and it lines up right there, 103.03. So as long as we close that, then we got that nice target right there at 114.45. That's going to be your next nice target, okay? Now, you can see here all these simple moving averages are nice all the way on down here. So if we start losing that area, well, then we come out here to the top of this candle, look at 175. We'll look at there at 169 level. Then we can just start venturing right on down here. What do we have? 94, 96 level, until we get down here to that 8-day at 86 level. Then we have that 50-day sitting right there at 85, your 100-day sitting at 83, and your 21 at 82. Now, look at that 8-day. Cross that 21-day, cross the 100-day, and now cross that 50-day. So again, even if this pulls back a little bit, that 8-day runs up, this is going to give it time here, and that should be very, very easy and strong support if it comes right on back down again. So right here, this CRWV here is looking very, very bullish here, at least to go and retest that 114.45 level. And then once we break above that, just look for that gap. That's going to be key, 123.24. Look for that fill, okay, at 125.88. And then we can start going to 133.88. Then we can start venturing up there, 141, and then maybe even back to that 153 level, okay? So actually, this is looking very good. And now we have this nice, good rising sideways consolidation that we had. And now looks like we're breaking out. The question is going to be, once we get above that key, close above that 50-day here and that 200-day, what is going to be reaction when we get to this level here, 114.45? Does it break through, or does it just consolidate or come down? That's what you always want to do. What is the reaction? All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after the OPEC close, and we'll take a look here at the crude oil, and then we're going to start looking at here now at just WTI and Brent, and then we'll look at natural gas, and we'll look at gold, silver, and Bitcoin, and we'll take a look at the old indexes. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.